Good morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping in. Good morning, Georgette. Thank you for stopping in. Anyway, this morning, what was I doing? Oh, I was watching the rest of the Menendez videos on Netflix. It was a really interesting way that they presented that. Because it was like first they presented it from the boy's perspective, and then they presented it from, I guess, maybe the public's perspective, which I thought was, oh, you're only catching every other word. Is that any better? I'm having the worst time with sound, so I hope that's a little bit better. Or maybe I'm talking too fast. Um, okay. Anyway, what I was saying is I watched the Menendez videos on Netflix last night, and that it was really interesting to me that it kind of it's like it presented both perspectives. And then I also watched a documentary on the Menendez trial, which was also pretty interesting. It had a juror in it and how um, their perspective. Actually, I think it had two jurors in it. It had their perspective, and then Kitty's sister. Still every other word. I don't know what to do. Phooey. Let me try to hop down or refresh the screen and see if it's any better. If it drops, I'll restart this. Thanks. Is this any better? Hopefully. Put a 1 in the chat if it's better. All right. I'm going to try to keep going until someone lets me know if this is any better. No, still cutting out? Okay. You hear just fine, Rocco? Okay. Good morning, Rocco and Roxy. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the good morning. So anyway, Anne? Oh, you can hear me okay, Anne? All right, good. So anyway, this morning what I wanted to talk about, can you guys still hear me okay? I wanted to set this down on my desk. I am having the worst time with sound. Okay, good. Thank you, Roxy. You're always so encouraging. But anyway, there was something interesting that I woke up to this morning, and I'll admit it, I'm watching Purple's live streams again. And actually, I wouldn't have gone over there if not for Shining's live stream. Oh, it was you. I PJ's wish. But anyway, when was it? There was comments that were made in Shining's live stream. So of course I had to go over and I had to watch Purples, get all the deets, find out what was going on. So I clipped a few videos, and this is my first time trying to do this, so you guys be patient with me. So this is what I woke up to this morning.
It's one thing to be accused of something you actually do, but it's another thing to be accused of things you didn't do. If I was accused of something I actually did, okay, great, fine. But to be accused of something I didn't do, mm-mm. See, that's where I have a big problem, a big, big problem. And, you know, there's always consequences for your choices in life, people. There is always consequences. Yep, always consequences. Just know that. So, yeah. You know, I will say this, though. Knowing somebody committed a crime and not holding them accountable, but knowing somebody didn't commit a crime and trying to hold them accountable. Hmm. Think about that for a second. Think about it. So, if you know somebody, you know, committed the crime and you have the proof and they've confessed and you don't want to pursue consequences, or knowing somebody didn't do shit and just because you don't like that person, so out of spite, you want to try and get them in trouble. Kind of makes it seem that you're not out for, justice. You're just out to try and get somebody in trouble that didn't do anything. I'm sure you all know what I'm speaking upon. Said pictures and revenge porn. Yeah.
Okay, here I am. So anyway, that's a really good question. Does she even realize what she says? Well, again, we're going back to something I said, last week. And I'm going to say, yeah, I was totally right. Yeah, Purple, maybe you should review your live streams because we've got this that just happened last week.
Y'all are dumb enough to fucking believe half the shit you hear on this internet. Please, I want y'all to believe it. I seriously want y'all to believe everything. Believe every little fucking thing that you hear. Because y'all's about to see. Need to start doing some of the shit that I'm being accused of.
All right. So, Purple's complaining that well, she's saying that she wants us to believe everything that she says or that is alleged about her. And the allegation that has been made by many um, is that she is harassing Jenna. And that was the original criminal complaint against Purple is harassment. Now, whether or not it's related to describing those photos or not is really kind of beside the point. In the court of public opinion, Yeah, Purple, you did again, you did participate in revenge porn. Just because, just because I have to wonder. Here's what I wonder is did legislators ever think of people getting up on live streams and describing other people's um, intimate pictures? Did they think of that? And that's the reason that I've made the argument of publishing in the past, because as far as if you look at, if you kind of look off to the side and, weigh it against, there's this thing, fair use that we all kind of depend on for our content. And oh, by the way, this is being shown under fair use. Um, so anyway, uh, you know, under fair use, it's considered, speaking it out over the internet, it's considered a publication. And most laws in most states say publication. And maybe you got lucky, Purple, because, maybe I guess you like to pawn it off on, free speech. There are some exclusions to free speech, one of which is obscenity and defamation. And as I've documented, um, more than 30 incidents that you have trudged this up and attacked Jenna in one way or another. I mean, you have even complained that she won't engage with you. You need her to engage with you so that this isn't harassment. Because you can't, as things stand, you can't claim that this was an argument. You can't. It's harassment. And again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start shit like I always do, Purple. I'm going to start shit and encourage. Um, she might grab my URL. What the hell is she going to? I don't even know what the hell that means or what she intends to accomplish. But anyway, where the hell was I, Roxy? You distracted me. I'm going to close this. So anyway, you guys, sorry, Roxy was distracting me. Um, but as things stand, Purple, you're harassing Jenna, and I'm gonna start shit like I always do, and or insert myself like I always do, because I don't know, because I have a problem. I just struggle with recognizing interpersonal boundaries, and when I see someone being treated really, really badly, the codependent in me comes out. And, even though, once again, I'm going to say it, Jenna and Mrs. T have done some foul ass shit to me. It doesn't change that they are human beings. And maybe that's just how I was raised. That's why I'm still civil and I'm still nice. When you come up on my panel and you scream at me, I was raised that there's absolutely no excuse for incivility. So, there's that. But I would encourage you, Jenna, and I did. I looked up, once again, you know how I do. I research shit and it pisses Purple off because I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about before I open my yap. I did look up, uh, or a civil. It's called a civil protection order. And a lot of states, they kind of, this is where they kind of cover or address online harassment is in these civil protection orders. People don't always realize that that kind of stuff is there. But, Jenna, again, I'm going to encourage you to get a civil protection order, and, I would list all these videos that Purple's done about you or, you know, badgering you, blaming you that, if you hadn't taken those pictures, then Purple wouldn't have been tempted to, um, behave like a pig. That's kind of I don't know, you guys, just let that sink in. Just let that sink in. But anyway, Purple or not Purple, Jenna, your state has some gorgeous, just robust civil protection order laws. Wow. And you don't take advantage of them? That's crazy. Not take advantage, but, use them to protect yourself. I know it's a lot of stress on top of what you're already going through, and I'm sorry about what you're going through. It breaks my heart, and it's revolting. It's really bad. I think this is probably one of the worst things I have seen on any social media platform or on YouTube. But, okay, so, we've established that this morning I'm gonna go back to this. This morning, Purple felt as though she was being accused of a crime that she didn't commit, and that would be the crime of harassment. Even though she, has, done 30 separate videos, more than 30 separate videos, since July, dredging up, dragging, or attacking Jenna in one way or another, and it's just been constant, constant. And all of us have had to sit out here and watch it. We haven't had to sit out here and watch it. Um, it still shouldn't be out here because the internet is forever, Purple. And I'm sure that there's people that have plenty good information about you to put out there permanently. Leave it out there for your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren to see. So, anyway, okay. So this morning, Purple is feeling like she's a victim. And then here in this little clip that I played most recently, she's from last week, she says that she wants us to believe every ugly thing that people say about her. Okay. Well, let's take a look at this is another clip from this morning, and we'll take a look at that.
To me, how Jenna can say, I'm not involved in this, but yet y'all still go after me. Sassy has openly admitted to sending the pictures, but yet you're still going after me. I don't even know how many people she sent them to. To be honest with you, I do not know. She sent them in DMs, in Discord, and God knows how else. I don't know. But yet, you go after me. It's all my fault. How is that? I don't understand. But it's y'all's opinion. You continue to go at me, even though I have not been charged, not even been officially questioned or interviewed. I had to track down your damn detective to try and, prove my innocence, which I shouldn't have to, but I did it. Did I make a couple of comments? I did. Should I have? Probably not. But I did it. Made a few comments about the pictures. Good morning, Kendra. So, when I spoke to the first detective that called me, I told him that I was sent the pictures and I did not share them anywhere. It's right in his report. But yet, y'all still go at me. Y'all are still blaming me, saying it's my fault. While you openly, hang out and welcome in your group the person that sent them to God knows how many people who laughed and joked about them. Okay. But oh, she was brave to come forward. She didn't come forward. I'm the one that busted her ass out. Then she came forward. But hey, whatever. But y'all still come at me for it. Knowing I didn't do anything besides make a few comments. And Jenna's even said that I was no longer a part of it, but y'all still come at me. Make that make sense.
Okay. So if Purple is going to insist on deflecting and pointing the finger at Sassy and comparing what she did to what Sassy did, let's take a look at what Sassy did. We cannot say, but we can guess or assume what Sassy's intent was. But I'm going to give her wide berth on this. And so in Sassy's intent, we can claim possibly if, whereas, I guess diluted or rose colored glasses as I am about the world, we can say that maybe it was a mistake or it was carelessness. We can also say it was something intentional. Now, the impact of what Sassy did, regardless of what her intent is, she shared private information and she showed extremely poor judgment and a disregard for Jenna's privacy. I may be a little bit mean. I'm sorry for my mouse clicks. I got a new microphone. I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out how to tweak it. So Sassy's response to the situation is she went to Jenna, and I'm not sure how this happened, whether it was a direct email or it was something that happened on a live, but she went to Jenna and she said, I did XYZ and I'm sorry. And as we know, I do have some experience with apologies and demonstrating how genuine an apology is with changed behavior. So Sassy has accepted responsibility, and it's only with time that we're going to see if there's some changed behavior. For the time being, she has, said, yes, I did this, and I'm sorry. And she's indicated that what she knows what she did was wrong. So I'm not saying that she should be let off the hook. But here's the thing is Sassy's damage is localized to maybe I can't imagine more than a dozen people wanting a picture like that. So I would say maybe a dozen people saw it. And it stopped right there with Sassy. So we're going to cut off the line. Boom. We're going to put up like a little wall. We're going to say that this little cell, those 12 people that I'm assuming, that little cell of damage is what Sassy did. I'm going to scooch this up here. Now let's take a look at, we're going to take a look at Purple's part of this. And just in case I don't have the notes. This is Purple's part.
How about how big your fupa is, bitch? We seen it laying on the ground.
Yeah,
Well,
Katie, she sent the whole thing, honey. Whole thing. And didn't even fuck up. She even got her face up in that shit.
Yeah.
You can't unsee it, so y'all be careful.
Yes, Katie, married and sending nudes to another man.
The bed next to him, sexting Levitt. Stop it. Lay next to her husband, sending another man provocative messages. All right, Kyle. You can turn it off.
I would never disrespect my husband that way. I would never disrespect myself that way.
Right?
Some people don't. Some people don't mean their vows when they get married. I guess
Yeah. Well.
You can turn it off.
Ray, your mic is possessed. I swear to God.
It's what?
It's possessed.
Oh no, we're having that problem again, right?
I'm just gonna go.
Whoa, is that me? Maybe it's me. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Does Lady Boom sound a little possessed? Maybe Jenna left her fucking voodoo over here.
Right?
I tell you. Lord have mercy.
He's some delousing.
He's another creator on YouTube, Katie.
She was all wanting the D.
She said up here this morning
she had
his dick in her mouth. She only wished she had his dick
and
in her mouth.
then she said she didn't have his dick. She said she didn't say it.
Yes,
we all heard it.
Yes, she did.
Motherfucker, she a whole ass. She done fucked up giving out her husband's phone number and knowing that somebody might send some nudes to her husband of herself, and he'd be like, "How you
Oh,
doing?"
shit. That's her problem, right? Are those the pictures that Tony was thinking were you,
Yeah.
Purple?
Well, no, probably.
Because she talked about these tattoos and she said they were pretty revealing and
Ooh.
oh.
Yeah, no, that ain't me. Girl, I ain't never been that big.
Do your titties hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
She got below.
I mean,
Oh no.
Do your nipples look like baloney?
Yeah, she got baloney.
Fuck, guys.
Girl.
Brilliant girl.
They're like
Oh,
half
that was hilarious.
balonies. They ain't even the full round baloney. It's like half a baloney.
I'm staying away from pizza. I'm staying away from pizza.
Curly
if I
telling you what, in that one picture, them motherfuckers was almost to her belly button.
Yeah, and dude, Jenna, don't put your leg on the sink. You got too many rolls, girl.
What the fuck?
You got too many rolls, man.
something had to hold it up, right? Something had to hold her fucking body up.
Yeah, that's like a
Damn
pug. You
right.
gotta lift the rankles and get cleaning them flaps, girl. Ooh.
She put her foot up on the sink trying to show her cooter, and there's still too many rolls in the way to
Yeah,
see.
her cooter looked like it was.
Good Lord.
That thing was. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That fucker needed a douche.
Kyle, you would be laughing if they wound up.
Is that
Bird dog said that's a plumbing issue.
Yeah, need some freshness down there, cause
Oh my god.
Y'all don't put naked pictures on the internet.
that's what you get for sending nudie pictures to people, you dumbasses. That's why I tell you, it's not fucking cute.
Exactly.
Put your leg down, bitch,
You're
because
right,
that ain't cute. Talk about I'm ugly, bitch. I mean, I'm half your size. My fupa don't touch the ground. You nasty. You had to pick that some bitch up with a fucking strap, didn't you?
Shit.
Fucking heifer.
She needed a fucking whole hydraulic jack factory.
No shit, huh?
You're just sending her trolls over because she got busted out.
Mhm.
And she gave out her husband's phone number. Now somebody's gonna send that shit to her husband. I'm not gonna do it because I ain't have no part of that. But I'm sure somebody will. And shit, my fupa ain't hanging on the ground either. Nasty.
Now what was then some troll tried to come in chat and say that Levitt was sexting with other people too. Where did that come from? That was bullshit, right?
Jenna was trying to sex with Levitt while she laying next to her husband in the bed.
I think it's easy to track her down because of the giant skid marks she's gonna leave behind, you know, like an oil trail. I'll be quiet.
Shit ain't supposed to be black, Jenna. You better go scrub that motherfucker. They've been dragging on the ground too long.
Oh god damn.
Somebody said they were surprised the mirror didn't crack.
That gives a whole new meaning to blue waffle.
It's
That
right
fucker's a
above.
black waffle.
No.
No, that's it.
Just saying, that shit look like it's rotten off. Hey, shouldn't send nude pictures to people, and I wouldn't have to make fun of them. Yes, absolutely spooky. We are in a pretty bad situation, or people are in a really bad situation with these storms. It's just crazy. Anyway, so we're gonna hop on over here to my notes. Okay. So I want you guys to let's take into consideration this video was viewed 1,200 times. I mean, these are clips from one video, and that video was seen by 1,200 people.
So let's weigh that, okay? Say we're gonna, assign £1 to each person that viewed or found out about this, or had any idea what these images looked like. Okay. Or actually, you know what? Let's do it £1.50. Let's do that. Okay. Let me get a calculator because I'm terrible at math and I don't even care to try. So we're going to say 1.5 pounds for Sassy because she actually sent the actual picture. Okay. So we're going to add that up in pounds. Okay. And we're going to give Purple £1 because she only described it and she only let people describe it. And, and I want to point out that Purple, yes, you are responsible for your panel and you have demonstrated that you know this because you've said it back when the whole traders thing happened. I think, I'm trying to remember. She made a really ugly comment to traders. And you, Purple, you acknowledged that you should have taken Jenna off panel. In that situation, it was what, 2 or 3 sentences? There was a whole lot more sentences here. You knew that you had the power to control this situation and you chose not to. Okay? Cool. Back to the math. So we're going to assign Sassy £1.50 for the damage done to Jenna by sharing those pictures. So that's going to be 18 pounds of damage that Sassy did. And because I'm assuming the number 12, we're assigning 12 or 1.5 to 12 individuals. Sorry, I always have a cough when I come on here. But anyway, so that's going to be 18 pounds of damage. Purple. The damage that you did, we're going to assign £1. So 1,200 people watched this video. That's 1,200 pounds of damage that you did to Jenna. And I know that you think it's okay. That you think, Sassy was just being an asshole. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Sassy, that was a dickhead thing to do. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. Thank you so much for your patience while I took that phone call. So anyway, 1.5 pounds per person that Sassy spread that to. 1.5 pounds of damage because it was actually the image. And yes, it was probably, the intent was probably to make fun of Jenna. So in that regard, yes, it was malicious. Here, in this situation, it wasn't just careless. This was intentional. It wasn't just being a jerk. And this was shared in the middle of an argument. Purple, you shared this information. You used it as a weapon. This weapon, its purpose was to silence Jenna. Its purpose was to gain power over Jenna, to gain control over Jenna. It was a manipulation. You wanted to cause harm. This is what everybody's problem is with you, Purple. You weren't just being an asshole. It was more than that. More than that. Then, instead of saying, that was an asshole move, that was a dickhead move, you feel justified to go that far to win an argument. You feel justified in silencing someone else. You want to claim your First Amendment rights to humiliate Jenna? You want to claim your First Amendment right to silence someone else? That's what you're saying, Purple. That you deserve the right to speak freely, and Jenna does not. You silenced her, and you had no right. No right. Why do you think you are so much better than Jenna that you have the right to silence her? And you have silenced her. She is silent right now. And you want to complain that she won't engage with you? Again, I'm going to stick my damn nose in. And I think the best thing that she can say to you is to back off. She can file for a civil protection order in her own state to silence you, just like you silenced her. You don't have the right to drag someone the way you have. You don't have the right to step on her, to steal. You have stolen her First Amendment rights. Who the hell do you think you are? Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. You have no right to take control of someone else's life the way that you have. You want to talk about me inserting myself. What about how you've inserted yourself? You, Buckeye, Ray Ray, Linda. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? That all of you have the right to step on Jenna's rights, her First Amendment rights. And you want to complain that we're coming at you? I just established, I've given you a visual, 1,200 pounds of damage. Sassy has demonstrated that she doesn't think before she does things. As a result, she didn't respect Jenna's privacy or boundaries. But you, Purple, you say that you intend to continue to run all over other people's rights, that you intend to hurt people, that you're here to hurt people. And you're proud of it. You'll argue for it. I'm going to take a look at another clip. This one's from my own video.
Dropped.
What about the video that I just made? You said that
What
that
video?
you were being all sarcastic, playing the victim. You know that people should always believe that.
Oh.
What was it, that you're a liar? Well, I mean, how many times has that been proven? You just tell people whatever they want to hear when they're standing right in front of your face, and then you look like a jackass later on because
I told everybody to believe all the bullshit that gets made up about me. Okay.
it wasn't genuine, Purple, and you know it. It was a manipulation. You
I
did
don't
that
give
to
a
manipulate
shit
your
what it
viewers.
was. I don't give a shit what it was. I said to tell people to believe everything and anything they hear about me. Because then when I do some shit,
it wasn't sincere. It wasn't sincere.
Okay, you tell me, since it was came out of your mouth and your brain. You tell me what it was then.
It was, you were being sarcastic. You were playing the victim. Do you
I
really
am not
want
a
people to
victim of
believe that
nothing.
you're a liar and a scammer? No, that's ridiculous. Come on, Purple.
Believe it.
Use your head.
Believe
Use your head.
it.
You were manipulating.
Believe it. No, I'm telling people to believe it. I'm manipulating nobody. The reason why I
Yes,
told
you
people to
were.
believe it.
Yes, you were. You're playing the
Okay.
victim to make your.
You
to
tell
make
me
yourself
then,
feel sorry for
since
you.
you've got all the
That's how you
answers
keep
and
all
don't
of your
want to let
senses.
nobody
You make them feel
respond after
sorry for
asking
you.
a fucking question. You tell me what it was then.
A manipulation.
Okay, great. That's what it was then. Moving on.
That's disgusting.
Moving on. What else?
Well, I mean, what else? I mean, what else is there to say? She's claiming that it's her intention, that she has every intention. She doesn't want people to be surprised when she steals their First Amendment rights from them, when she steals their dignity from them, when she dehumanizes them. We should expect her to do that. No offense, Queen OG. Your video to prove what Purple is, Purple just told on herself. She wants us to expect her to do this shit. She wants us to expect her to, like I said, steal our First Amendment rights, dehumanize, degrade, disenfranchise someone, you. If you're just now going into Purple Phoenix's chat, if you have a relationship with her of any kind, no matter how casual, expect this. This is coming your way. Everyone, if you have emailed or texted with Purple once, expect what she did to Jenna. She has that right, okay? Because she told you, according to her, she has that right to do that to you. She said, don't be surprised. Expect it. Take another look at another video.
You know, it's one thing to be accused of something you actually do, but it's another thing to be accused of things you didn't do. You know, if I was accused of something I actually did, okay, great, fine. But to be accused of something I didn't do, see, that's where I have a big problem. A big, big problem. And, you know, there's always consequences for your choices in life, people. There's always consequences. Yep, always consequences. Just know that. So, yeah. You know, I will say this, though. Knowing somebody committed a crime and not holding them accountable, but knowing somebody didn't commit a crime and trying to hold them accountable. Think about that for a second. Think about it. So, if you know somebody, committed the crime and you have the proof and they've confessed, and you don't want to pursue consequences, or knowing somebody didn't do shit and just because you don't like that person, so out of spite, you want to try and get them in trouble, kind of makes it seem that you're not out for, justice. You're just out to try and get somebody in trouble that didn't do anything. I'm sure you all know what I'm speaking upon. Said pictures and revenge porn. Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Let's go over the definition of it. Harassment. Sorry, I had a little mint in my mouth. Harassment is any unwanted behavior or conduct directed at an individual or group that is intended to intimidate, disturb, or upset them. It can take various forms such as verbal, physical, or psychological actions and may involve repeated, persistent acts that create a hostile, intimidating, or offensive environment. Harassment can occur in different settings, including workplaces, schools, and online platforms. Let's look at the definition of online harassment. Online harassment refers to abusive, threatening, or harmful behavior directed at individuals or groups through digital platforms such as social media, messaging apps, forums, or gaming networks. This can include actions such as repeated aggressive behavior intended to intimidate or harm someone, sharing personal information, e.g., addresses, phone number, without consent, deliberately provoking or upsetting others for amusement, monitoring someone else's online activity obsessively, or sending unwanted messages. I didn't hear the detective this morning, honestly. But if you guys think that he sounded like her husband, I don't know. This is Pooh stating their opinion of what they heard this morning. Another type of harassment, another example, is offensive or threatening comments targeting race, gender, ethnicity, or other protected characteristics. Impersonation, creating fake profiles to damage someone's reputation. Online harassment can have serious psychological effects and may also lead to real world safety implications and concerns. You know what? Just for funsies, what is Iowa harassment law? Got the chat GPT going. It's thinking. You guys know how I love to get all the information out to the people. Okay. Under Iowa Revised Code, harassment is defined as behavior that is intended to intimidate, annoy, or alarm another person without legitimate purpose. So, purple, what is your legitimate person or purpose in focusing on Jenna the way that you are, bringing out these pictures, talking about it time and time and time and time again. You're saying that you're not guilty of a crime, but all of these videos would say otherwise, wouldn't they? You have defamed Jenna's character with your allegations about this, the ripping off of the light for the vehicle. Then you also described all of these images. That's not good for her. How people, that's not good for how other people view her. Purple, do you realize that Jenna works? She works. This can damage her ability to earn an income for her family. If an employer finds this, it can damage her ability to care for her family. So I guess maybe you don't think her family has the right to live a decent life? Have some place to live, have food on their table? I guess, maybe that can be implied. Back to the harassment. This includes various actions such as repeated unwanted communication, placing fake explosive devices, falsely reporting crimes, and disseminating unauthorized intimate images of another person. The law categorizes harassment into 3 degrees based on severity. Harassment in the first degree involves making a threat to commit a forcible felony or repeated harassment offenses, is classified as an aggravated misdemeanor, punishable up to 2 years in prison and fines ranging from $855 to $8,540. Harassment in the second degree includes threats of bodily injury or repeated harassment after 2 previous convictions within the past 10 years. It's classified as a serious misdemeanor, carrying a penalty of up to 1 year in jail and fines between $430 to $2,560. Harassment in the third degree, it's any other act of harassment falls into this category. It's a simple misdemeanor, punishable by up to 30 days in jail and fines ranging from $105 to $855. Now, I would say all of these videos saying that, Jenna's lying, saying that was just a few comments. That's a way lot more than a few comments. That's way lot more. And that's just that one video. That's just that one. kept coming on here saying that there wasn't any criminal investigation from Georgia. Purple, newsflash. As far as I know, everything in Georgia was directed at someone else. It didn't have anything to do with you. Again, inserting yourself into something that doesn't have anything to do with you. But right now, you're claiming that you have the right to do all of this to harm someone based on your First Amendment rights, while your intention was to silence them. To silence them. Purple, why do you think that you have the right to speak and Jenna does not? Why do you call channels that criticize you hate channels? We don't attack you based on your race or your sex. Political affiliation. Nobody's harassing you. We are criticizing you, and we have every right to, and the criticism is perfectly valid. You want to go back and forth and back and forth, say that you don't care, but then you do care. Well, no, I'm sorry, you're not saying it. Actions speak louder than words, Purple. Because 1 minute it's, I don't care. And the next it's, you all are accusing me of a crime. Yeah. I would say you have committed a crime. Right, Anne. She accused Jenna and Sassy of lying about an investigation for weeks until proven true. And again, Purple, did you admit that you were wrong? No, you sure didn't, did ya? Did ya? Nope. Little Miss Know-It-All. This investigation had nothing to do with you, and you are harassing. I would say that you're towing the line on harassing this police officer. Well, actually, yeah, this police officer or detective. You're towing the line because this doesn't have anything to do with you. You want to trot around this platform waving around an email and, an email saying that it was closed as unfounded. You want to trot around with this report saying that it's closed as unfounded. I mean, I wonder what they would think now. What would they think now? What do you think that the law enforcement would think now? If they saw all of these videos, what do you think they would say now? Just curious. Just curious. What do you think they would say now? Might be a little bit different, huh? One second. There's really probably, I'm banging my head against a wall when it comes to you, Purple. You're never going to admit you were wrong, that there was indeed a police investigation. You cannot. You are simply incapable of ever admitting that you were wrong. You've gone around and you've lied. And you want to play the victim. You're not the victim. You're the perpetrator. You exploit. You exploited Jenna. You exploited her. You used something against her that was a weakness, and it was those images. Just like every other perpetrator, whether it be an essay, if someone, someone who intends to assault someone sexually, someone who intends to steal money. You are a perpetrator. That's why I spell your name. Everybody wants to say, oh, it's Perp Diddy, and it's P-U-R-P. Well, you know what? Purple, you are perpetrating. You did, and everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. You used a weakness against her. Sassy, I'm going to warn you now. I said what you did was an asshole thing to do. So be ready. Some of it's a little bit cringy. But Purple, what you did, you used someone's weakness against them. And that's disgusting. You exploited them. I mean, I wish that there was a better word for exploit. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but these words, I feel them. I feel them in my bones. I feel them in the core of myself. Exploit. People do these things to children because they're weak. There's so many thoughts that I have on this. So many. Sassy, you did own your part in it. You did. And I respect you for that. No, Sassy, please stay. I hope that you'll come back and watch this later. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying my opinion of what happened and your behavior. And I'm trying to demonstrate to Purple why there's a path of redemption for you. And you're on that path. But Purple, what you did is wrong. It's so wrong. I can't even. And I think what's more infuriating is the way that you're digging in your heels, that you feel justified to do this. I mean, my God. You cry about $15 pair of pajamas, and yet you feel entitled to do this. It's the entitlement. It's despicable. I don't think it matters. Why? Sassy recognized what she did was wrong. Thank you, Perp. Thank you for putting Sassy on the path to reconciliation. Thank you. I'm sure she's Much appreciative. A lot of us are very much appreciative. So I don't think that the timing matters. I'm not giving her a pass. Not at all. I'm going to watch her, watch what she does, watch how she moves, as are many, many other people. Purple, we've seen how you move. And you exploit other people. You do. I just, it's like, I don't know. Let's look up synonyms for exploit. Maybe there will be something that has more oomph to it. That'll make me feel better. I'm one of those people, I feel words. Again, back to my learning disorder. Part of it is that it seems like I'm this great speller. Okay. I feel words, like I feel the letters, like I don't know how else to explain it. But anyway, I feel words. Look, the word exploit. Synonym is manipulate. Utilize. That's kind of ugly. Ooh. It's like you utilize her like a spud bar. If you don't know what a spud bar, it's this big piece of this big heavy metal rod. I think it's steel. Usually has a sharpened tip, and it's used for digging up sandstone. If you know what sandstone is. Mine. Extract value or information from something. So you go around data mining. Capitalize, take full advantage of. Leverage. Harness. Didn't quite wasn't quite what I was looking for, but those are some simple synonyms for that word. And they're all kind of ugly in the context of how we are treating someone else. Yes, spooky. Whoever sent them to Sassy was obviously passing them around. And I'm sure that you already spoke to law enforcement about that, Sassy. You know what? That's even that person inflicted less damage to Jenna than you did. And I guess I'm going to keep talking about it as long as you keep talking about it, as long as you insist that you are better than, you have more rights to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness than Jenna does, just because you don't like her, just because you guys got into an argument over some dumb shit that started with some dumbass email in January. It's fucking October. Fuck's sake. Let it go already. Stop sharing private information about her daughter Stop using her daughter as something to beat her over the head with. Just stop. You can argue all you want. You will never be innocent in the court of public opinion. Never. And the longer you keep going, the worse it's going to get. You want to say that you're going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes? Oh, fuck no, you're not. Not when any sane person sees this. You're not. I mean, as I've been going through this, I've noticed more and more things that I hadn't noticed before. So this ended up getting a lot more ranty than I intended. It's just vulgar that you feel entitled to speak and speak while you silence another. Yeah, well, to an extent, Georgette, I think she does because she wants to argue that she's never been charged with a crime and that she's somehow innocent. Well, then why? Why bring it up? Unless she cares about public opinion. Why bring it up? Oh, wait a minute. We're back to you care about what other people think about you. You want to put up this tough exterior, but your behavior gives you away every time. And I've demonstrated your behavior. You vacillate between, oh, I'm a hard ass, and boo hoo hoo. People are accusing me of this, and I didn't do anything wrong. You are harassing Jenna. You are. And Jenna, if and when you see this, please see about getting a civil protection order. Put an end to this. You've got recourse. You still have something that you can do. Harassment and vulgar speech is not covered by the First Amendment. Purple is comfortable in negative energy, but only she can change it. I think her behavior is becoming inconsistent, which oftentimes indicates a lie. When you're having an inconsistent story, it's kind of a lie. You're a lie through and through. Wee. I'm purple and I'm butthurt because I got caught. And keep crying, keep boo-hooing that you're being criticized. It's criticism that's, well deserved. nobody, no law enforcement is ever going to come after any of us. And YouTube's not going to take it down. Because we're not harassing you. We're criticizing you. Maybe you should take the criticism and learn from it. I think that's, and I wouldn't say that, again, I wouldn't say that, I'm like fully integrated or accepted by the community. But I have, and a lot of people have noticed that I've demonstrated my apology was sincere, and I've been able to, I guess, rehabilitate or maybe build a new, accurate reputation of who I really am in this community. I don't know if you can do that. There's so many people against you. I mean, when I was over there with you, and so many people would come at me everywhere I went. Finally, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Somebody was honest with me and pointed out exactly what the damn problem was, and I got the fucking point. For your children's sake, I hope they don't grow up to be like you. For society's sake, for the state of Iowa's sake, I hope they don't grow up to be like you. I hope that they see that there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with your character. Then you cannot function in adult society in a constructive way. That you bring nothing to the table and you take all. All right. Well, did anybody have anything else to say? I usually take the wind out of a room when I get going. If anybody else wanted to say anything, you guys are more than welcome to hop up. I'll drop the link. You know what? I'll just drop it right now. Oh, that's not it. Dang it. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, at some point, God. I mean, it just, this whole feel sorry for me. I used to do that noise, that wee, wee, wee. I used to tease my dog with it. You know, I don't, and Jesse, I think that we are, we can make an observation that that's what it looks like to us. That, you know, you said, okay, let me put this up here. Jesse says, emotionally detached, lack of empathy, lack of understanding of emotions, cluster B personality traits. As we're not professionals, as we understand them, and I've come to find this out that, you know, like a lot of times words don't do justice. And when they, that these words, that they are an understatement. We don't have the education to diagnose anything like this, but I can say that her behavior is concerning from a layman's standpoint. And I don't know how anybody can defend any of you or how they can defend you. I really don't. I mean, you've definitely got everyone in this mindset that, oh, Purple's the victim. And that everybody has to go out and defend you. Because that's what you did. That's what I saw, is I saw you as weak. And that everybody was attacking you. And I didn't understand why. Now I understand why. Now I think I've laid it all out here. That you have you'll use personal information like a garrote. You'll just stand behind someone and, you just slit their throat. You're not a backstabber. You're a throat slitter. Okay, Roxy's place. There is nothing there, Jesse. She is trying to speak on the disaster of itch, zero fucking emotion. She only did it, IMHO, to try to gain back some sort of sympathy. I can see where you're coming from, Roxy, and I would even say that you're right. Yeah, she's trying to fluff up her image, make herself look a little bit more sympathetic, like she cares. Just keep in mind, you guys, what we have seen since July. Sharing of intimate photos, arguments of how innocent she is, that she's not harassing Jenna while she's harassing Jenna. Demands that Jenna come back and engage with her. Well, what's it you say, Purple, that it's not harassment if you don't engage, if you don't respond? Well, I mean, my goodness. It sounds like Jenna's not responding to you. She's not engaging with you. And you keep coming after her. I mean, she's got it really. It's very cut and dry. Very cut and dry. Absolutely no question. Roxy's place. Right. So let's go to one thing everyone is just sickened over. Spreading false information nonstop, too. Oh my God, yes. What was it? Yeah. I just want to stay on task with this one live stream, but the amount of stupid that I hear come out of your mouth, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. Just crazy. Okay, well, I don't know about anybody else. I feel a little bit better. So there you go, Purple and Queen OG. I think that we have adequately documented what purple is. An exploiter and a liar and a whiner. Remember when I was a kid, and I was a whiner when I was a kid. And Sister Betty used to, "Oh, you're such a whiner." Yeah, I was a whiner. Yeah, so thank you for the encouragement, Roxy. So, any future subscribers of Purple, you have been warned. You have been warned.